Sweet, sweet cupcake. Is this the start of better times or is it about to get worse? All we can do is look at the past and cope and hope and pray. Most altcoins have spent enough time going down. Based off the past, we can do a fractal of the past. Don't look at the pattern. I like looking at the time. Somehow with us humans, we have a certain amount of time where we're just like, yeah, it's over. I've got to vomit right now. I've got to sell my position, especially in crypto. Okay, now they're due to go up eventually. Why? People just get sick of selling. They just get sick of selling. You run out of sellers. It's just like, there's nothing left. There's nothing left. We're done. I'm not selling it. We're down too low. I'm not getting out. You know, a lot of people think as well, just because you see a chart like this, they think, well, it can't happen again. Well, let me tell you something, friends. I've been in this game for I've seen a lot of weird stuff. I've seen stuff that makes me 100% convinced we are in a simulation. You know what we're seeing right now? We are seeing this chart is Dogecoin. It is exactly, perfectly lined up with roughly the time of the zombie virus. I mean, this is spooky. Like, we're just having this random capitulation now, and it matches up with exactly the same distance of time from the high. Like, come on, man, that's nuts. What's been going on? Now, it won't be an acceleration that we're going to see. We need to enter Bitcoin halvening for that. So we're going to have a recovery. This is a beautiful chart to see. By the way, all the altcoins and the altcoin indexes look like this, okay? So we do go up here, but you still feel bad in this part. You see this? See this part here? See, you go up, but you don't know that the rocket's coming. We don't know that the rocket's coming. We don't really know. You believe, you kind of hope, but you don't actually know. Your feelings and your emotions are based off today. And that chart I showed you is just basically the altcoin index. We look at this amount of time and we're like, okay, how many days is it going to take? You know, from the very, very top, how much time before, like, actually it's time to party? Really time to party. In fact, you know what? You can actually start partying a bit earlier, about 1,100 days. That's why I mapped it out for you. If you want to be conservative with Dogecoin, Elon Musk, 1,100 days, it is about, here you go, May 2024. It is around the Bitcoin halving. If you want to be conservative and say, well, you know, even though we didn't have mania top at the end of 2021, that fake leverage double top, it is technically a higher high for these, okay? So we have to look at that. So 1,100 days will bring you about October 2024. So I know it sounds crazy. See, we're getting earlier and earlier. The market is front running. You know, previously, in the previous cycles, the altcoins waited for Bitcoin to break the all-time high, and then they went on party mode, all right? And there will be a little party emoji here. I know we just got to party, friends. We've got to appreciate every single one of each other that we're united here. Also, don't forget, like, subscribe, bell button, all. Now, when it comes to this partying zone, 1,100 days, that's the zone. Around April 2024 to around October 2024. I mean, we're getting closer and closer. You're probably wondering, like, how the hell are we going to be partying them? I'm just telling you something, all right? There's a lot of people out there sitting on money. They can't wait to buy the next top. I'm telling you, show me a new high and I'll show you a buy. People want to buy on the green candles. You're seeing it right now. Do you think the point of maximum opportunity, anybody to want to buy down here? No, they didn't want it. And the average altcoin went up 20x. By the way, this is the altcoin index, okay? Ethereum did a 50 freaking X from here, man. You think anybody wanted it down there? They didn't. So it does feel like this bear market has been going on forever. And of course, shout out to Mr. Woody Joseph again. It's only just getting started. Lol, the flip gets switched September 2024. Timing the market over time in the market. Okay. Mr. Woody Joseph. We're going to have a chat. Okay, we're going to have a chat right now. Mr. Woody Joseph has been commenting on my Twitter for many months now. Mr. Woody, how have you never said a positive comment in your life, sir? How have you just woken up every day and said, you know what? I'm going to be a poopy head today. Come on, man. And you follow me too. Do you see me talking like that? Come on, sir. The world gets a bit brighter when we just smile. Use a laughing face emoji at the end of it. Be a bit happy, sir. Look at this frog wiggling his butt. Oh my God. The moves. Watch out. If you have your ladies with you, I'm telling you. Be careful, friends. What's the consensus out like there? Okay, I feel it. The consensus is his big, fat, juicy red candle to zero. That's what we feel like. That's what we feel like. Okay, that's the next thing coming. That's literally crypto consensus. Crypto consensus is that right now. And what's even more funny is after I made that post, I saw this from another influencer. They said, look at this. 70% of the crowd has this scenario. I'm not even joking. They have this period. So what they've done is, all right, so it's not enough, friends, for us to just talk about it. We actually got to go through why. Why are they thinking like this? It's because they have an anchor bias. Anchor. Do you know that little anchor? Woohoo, we're anchoring the boat. Okay. Well, they are looking at the zombie virus. All right. So what most people believe, they say, well, I have also the recency and anchoring. So like, okay, I have one event occurred in my life where I have the zombie virus. All right. And we went to zero. And the whole world was taken by shock. Okay, so now what people say is they go, okay, well, that is normal for a bear market. Therefore, we're going to get a zombie virus capitulation, and then they're going to print again. We're going to go up. It's okay. It can happen, but you got to be aware that what you are looking at was a rare occurrence. It did not happen in the previous 2 cycles of Bitcoin or crypto before that. Normal Bitcoin and crypto is not moving erratic before the Bitcoin halving, which is April 2024. Normal crypto, okay, is just moving slow, grinding up. That's what it is, all right? That's normal, okay? Looking at the zombie virus, that is an anomaly. But it can happen again. Black swans, they can repeat again, but we're just going to go through the facts. And what's interesting is this influencer as well, instead of even considering the fact that, there's a chance, you could just be wrong, right? That could happen too. But, we don't want to talk about that scenario, right? So this influencer said, what are the alternative scenarios? They said, we could make a double bottom. I'm like, what do you mean? So basically, we go down instead of stopping at, 10,000, we stop at 12. Wow, double bottom. Okay. They also say, or maybe a higher low. Like, you get crushed and maybe a bit of a higher low. But I would at least keep the 2019 high in mind as that. So it's basically saying Bitcoin's going down to 12, 13, 14,000, maybe even below. So that's something to think about. What I liked about reading this is I've highlighted to you how clear a bias is when it's identified. Because when you draw this scenario, all right, this is like one scenario. Another scenario is everybody's wrong and then we continue up into the Bitcoin halving. That's another scenario. But he didn't do that. He said, well, we're either going down to break the low, we're going down right above the low, or we're going down to zero. It's like, okay, in 3 out of 3 predictions, it's all over. It's just something to think about, friends. Like, there is the world scenario where you're wrong. Like, that can occur too. You know what I mean? And it reminds me of all like the doomsdayers and the naysayers. We have shout out to Lil Donny Diablo talking about, we're going to make a friend, wag me, Chainlink. So, of course, we have all this infrastructure being built in the background. So, yeah, even if these prices do happen, nothing is stopping this. Look, friends, you got to know markets are smart, man. They're not stupid. What do you think all of us forgot zombie virus? We know what happened. The zombie virus came. We went inside. You weren't allowed to touch anybody. You had to keep your back straight at all times. And then they printed money and it went up. The market learned from this. We know the scenario has been done. Markets go down on fear and uncertainty. And just think about all the crypto scenarios and narratives that have come this year. We had the first one at the beginning of the year. We had AI. Then we went to China coins. Then we had the banking crisis. Zero knowledge roll-ups, liquid staking. We had the ordinals, Bitcoin ordinals. We had meme coins, which is Pepe, right? The new meme coins. Then we had also the real Bitcoin was made, right? Harry Potter, Obama. We also have the Bitcoin spot ETF narrative. Now we have friend tech. So all these things coming to like bubble up in the background. This is not a sign of, we've got a lot of fear. I'm already thinking about, okay, what's the next degen thing that's coming out? So there's remnants of a bull market starting. And don't forget, Mr. Fubaroy knows exactly what's up. He says friendship wins. I salute you, friend. So with the emergence of friend tech, I want you to understand that there's a difference, friends, between, see the narratives I just read out to you. There's a difference between each of them, right? So when we talk about China coins, that narrative, the coins that China's going to buy, it's completely different when we speak about something that has an open world canvas, all right? So friend tech, for example, you see the volumes spiking up, okay? Now, yeah, all these things have their own cycles. They don't go up forever, yada, yada. We don't care about that, all right? I just want you to know that the possibilities increase now. Even being a less than a month old, we don't know how long it's going to last. It can disappear tomorrow. But hey, at least you get to participate for an airdrop, okay? And I want you to know, okay? So to expand the user base of crypto, we're going to need to create applications that get the attention of normies. People buying China coins, that's more like a derivative of meme coin buyers, okay? But this is actually expanding the pie. This is why these things are always welcome. Friendtech's got a long way to go, and we need a lot of feature upgrades to come. But for now, it's social finance, okay? So it is SoFi. So the discovery, we sit in this bear market. It's cool. Isn't it cool to see that this industry is actually building stuff? Yeah, it's trash. Yeah, you don't like it. But there's music artists you might like. There's movies out there created you don't like. There's video games you don't like. Okay. There's things that, maybe young teenage girls watch and do that you don't like, but they exist. There's a market for them. Don't judge other people's need to demand something. All right. Just like some of us, they say, hey, why do you like squeaky chairs? Hey, why not? Why not? And I just want to remind you, please, don't go aping just into anything, okay? Because if you're early to stuff, you can afford to make mistakes, but you got to be careful about what you're doing now. The scammers are getting smarter, very unfortunate, okay? As more time passes, you're going to get more market cap valuations, how things play out. If this is to continue, we don't know if it will continue. Maybe the next social tech thing is going to use friend tech and like build on it, give it more of a stimulation. Just go along with it, friends. Look, none of these things. We saw Bitcoin. It was poopy at the start too, okay? And so don't forget why we're here, okay? We've got to be early. Like, just think about, please, when we're seeing these charts, okay, yes, we want altcoins to go up. We have the Bitcoin chart, but we've got to think about, like, we want to be early. What does even being early mean? Like, why do you want to be early? Because Bitcoin's late. That's why, okay? Bitcoin propaganda, it's still here. It's trying to lure new victims, okay? You're not early to Bitcoin now. You know this. I know this, man. We just got to swallow it, okay? It's literally been 15 years. Everyone has heard of Bitcoin. And yes, it's great for the crypto industry. It is. BlackRock's about to do an ETF, but they'll still tell their followers you are early, okay? Look, I'm telling you now, Roger Ver's early buying at $1, Habib. It's late now. Like, you want to see where Roger was buying on this weekly chart? Yeah, you can't even see it like all the way. Look at my beautiful treasure chest, friends. Roger Ver buying down here. Okay, and then you get the ruler out, and they're like, woohoo, I am early, buying 25,801%. Like, look, this is a fantastically high number, friends. It's not early, man. It's not early. It's going to keep going up, but it's not going to change wealth scenarios here. You know what I mean? Look, you're here to change it. You're here while we're here every day, and we don't have to be forced to DCA buying and coming back in 15 years. We've got to take advantage of these because people with emotion in the way they invest, they're going to come and participate, all right? So this is the type of propaganda you're seeing. Look what they actually say. Buying Bitcoin is like buying the internet in 1990. You're hearing that all day. That's false, man. I believed it at the start. I thought so at the start. The growth rate was going 2x the internet. I know all these talking points because I was saying them. I know them. It's got competition now. We know this. We want casino gambling. We want DeFi. We want yield. We like holding staked stuff. We like leverage trading. I know humans like to indulge in that. You got friend tech now. People might make value and services and private stuff. This is all smart contracts, man. There's a scale of these. We know it. Bitcoin is just a layer 0. It's good as an emergency shield for world monetary policy, but it ain't making me and you rich anymore. That's it. You got to keep it in your portfolio. You got to look at it. You got to smell it. You got to appreciate it. It is layer 0, but appreciate it for what it is, friends. Like, when you look at a shovel, you don't expect the shovel to accommodate you and your family driving to the beach, right? You can't drive your shovel to the beach. You take a car. You see what I mean? It's a different game. You got to understand that. But the people who are in early, they're telling you, no, I've got a golden shovel here. This shovel, very amazing. So I'm just here to make you smarter, friendlier, wiser. Don't forget it, friends, because not here to put anyone or anything down, but these marketing points, it's hard for you to dissect them because I can dissect them because I know what's going on because I'm here 18 hours a day. But other people who just read this, when they look at them, they're actually thinking, oh, buying internet like the 1990s, hey? What came after that? So obviously, friends, why do they say that? Because let me show you why. I'm going to show you why. Why they talk about the 1990s is, what's funny is they are also doing anchoring bias. They're looking at the NASDAQ here, which went on an enormous... The NASDAQ did a 22x, Habib. Wow, the NASDAQ, like the full-on index. That's how much of a bubble it was. So they're looking at this index that did 22x in the 90s. So that's what they're saying. It makes sense now, right? It's like, well, buying Bitcoins, like this, an upward to the right chart that's going to come up forever, and then you're going to have a blow-off at the end of 2030, and they believe, Bitcoin's going to be Cathie Woods' target of $1.5 million, okay? Now, to me, of course, I'll never say never, except think about this. If Bitcoin does that, altcoins have made you a millionaire 50 times over along the way, all right? So if Bitcoin does do that, okay, buying alts and like, what I mean by buying alt is doing extra hard work, taking on higher levels of risk to accommodate for potential, niches and new market demand and stuff. So you get a tick from there as well. So if Bitcoin wins, right? Bitcoin wins, alts win too. But what about if Bitcoin is going like, I'm not going to say down, but it goes sideways. It doesn't go up as much. It's diminishing, okay? What if Bitcoin gets an X? Well, altcoins can still give you an opportunity, okay? They might not give you a giant opportunity like if it went to $1.5 million, but you're still going to get your opportunity. You know this, right? Ethereum existed. You have many other altcoins brewing under the surface. Yes, we have Cycle 1 chains like Pulse Chain. We're going to have many other new coins. Look, Friendtech is built on Coinbase. All these things are coming and they're amazing to see. But you have to think about where you want to allocate, man, because, yeah, I want to say that we're early. I want to say it every day. But I can't help but think, man, friends, Bitcoin, 15 years old, man. It's almost 20 years old. You don't get parabolic gains after 15 years. You don't get it, right? What Bitcoiners are going to call a parabola is going to be a joke in the future. Yeah, it's all about your clip size, okay? It's all about your clip size. Yeah, if you've got a clip of 850,000 and you're happy with your 4x, but it's sad. Is Bitcoin even going to give you a 4x, man? They can't even entertain the thought that's only going to go a 2 or a 3. That's the sad part, man. I threw a big number, like, okay, if you've got an $850,000 clip, you're going to enjoy your 4x. No, you're not. No, you're not. What if it gets like a 2.5x and comes back down? Do you see, like, no matter how you spin it, it all roads point to altcoin land. All of it. All of it. Crypto land. Smart contract platforms. DeFi in all its forms. Whether it's centralized, decentralized, the SoFi, all of these. You know what it means, man. You know what it means to be a part of this industry. The industry is growing. Bitcoin is needed. The first 10 years, man, it's different now. We know. I mean, it doesn't take a genius to figure out that, the chart used to go to freaking moon. Now it's going sideways, all right? That's why you like, subscribe, bell button, all friends. We're here to learn on this journey together. We're making you friendlier, smarter, wiser. We're here for Metcalfe's Law, the growing network effects. We're here for future growth, not the past growth. Catch you in the next one.